This is Pete. This is Pete. This is Pete. A typical software engineer who worked at here, and here. I'm gonna quit my job and start baking. I'm going to move to Shenzhen. I'll see you out in Shenzhen. Before we get to Shenzhen, first let's talk about my life. Me, I was born in a typical middle-class Chinese family. We were fine. Then, we moved to Canada. As a first-generation immigrant, it was rough. Unable to find a job, my dad went to China to start a business. And I lived with my mom in a tiny bedroom apartment, shared with many strangers. I was a happy kid with no worries. Then comes the first hurdle. My grades were shit, really shit. This is what my grade 7 report card looked like. What can I do? I feel the guilt, the pressure, and no way out. People say you only have one chance to succeed. Instead, what they should be telling you is that you can fail as many times as you need, as long as you never give up. With hard work and determination, my grades went up from a 60 to a 70 to an 80, and eventually the top of my class. My dad's business also took off. I got a car, we moved to a nice house, things were looking up. Until first, it was my mom with leukemia. Then me, at age 18, severe bipolar disorder. Then my dad, ruptured brain aneurysm. It's at these moments you start to crave comfort, an excuse to give up. You feel the whole world is against you. You feel alone for the first time in your life. People won't understand if you throw in the towel, to give up on life. But then I look at my parents. My dad first started his business with less than $10,000. His business failed again and again and again. At points in his business, he was so broke that he borrowed his lunch money from his employees. Still, he kept going. He powers through the noise, the doubt, and eventually, success. My mom, even more brave. She battled leukemia for 9 long years. Through the chemotherapy, the bone marrow transplant, she supported me, found the strength to take care of me, make my meals, be there for me when I needed her. She fought not for her own sake, but for mine. To see me become independent, to see me graduate. Dealing with my bipolar, finding the time for my mom, my grades suffered. Life seemed so unfair, and I had an excuse to give up, to take it easy on myself. But then I looked at my parents and I said, no, life is unfair, and I say, so what? When I didn't have time to do assignments, I aimed higher for the final exam. When I couldn't get to class, so what? I figured out the answer myself. You just have to try harder than everybody else. When you couldn't get an internship because your grades are terrible, what do? You keep interviewing, one after another, until you get in. You start from the bottom, you find your next job, and another, and then another one. You graduate, you move to New York, and you realize your journey is just beginning. After 8 years, your life is great. You travel, you have fun, you get married. Everything is great. But you feel empty. You feel trapped. You are stuck in a career that you aren't passionate about. Coding is no longer hard, and that causes you to hate it. You remember back to the time when you just started working. Your future wife gave you this book on your birthday, How to Start a Bakery. You start to remember why your wife gave you this book. She once asked you, what would you do if you didn't need money? And you replied from the bottom of your heart, a bakery. That insane idea of what you would do if you had a choice. Then you remember, you have a choice. That book that's been sitting on your bookshelf for 6 years sparked something in you. But you're scared. You're scared to lose everything, to start over. So you try to find a safe route, get an MBA. Even if you fail, you can still become a manager. So you take less risks. And because of that, you fail. Now, I'm ready. Ready to take that risk. Ready to start anew. Life is not a video game or a movie. It's not planned. It's about living and constantly redefining yourself. If your life is predictable, then why not skip to the end? It's the journey that is truly worth living. I look back on my life right now. It's the moments, not the easy ones, but the battles that I'm most proud of. This is me taking the risk, seeking for failure, praying to fight another day. This is me pursuing my dreams.